The wait is over. Season 5 of The Chosen is finally here, and the first episode promises to be the most intense, dramatic, and transformative chapter yet. As tensions soar and Jesus faces unimaginable challenges, nothing will be the same. Are you ready for the journey? The first episode of The Chosen Season 5 picks up right where we left off. Jesus' influence is growing, but so is the danger surrounding him. Religious leaders and Roman authorities are tightening their grip, desperate to maintain control. As the pressure mounts, Jesus faces not just a physical threat, but a challenge to his very purpose. In this crucial episode, we see how far those in power will go to silence him. The stakes have never been higher, Dot. As the new season begins, the tone of The Chosen shifts dramatically. The world around Jesus has changed. His ministry has gained a massive following, and with it, an equal amount of scrutiny. The miracles, the teachings, and the undeniable authority he has displayed are no longer just awe-inspiring. They're threatening. The religious leaders, who once dismissed him, now see Jesus as a direct challenge to their control over the people. They fear what he represents, a disruption of the status quo, a challenge to their power, and an undeniable shift in the balance between faith and control. With each step he takes, the dangers grow closer. In episode 1, we witness the growing divide between Jesus and the religious elite. Their authority is increasingly questioned, and that fear manifests in their attempts to discredit him, find a way to stop him before he can reach the masses. But Jesus isn't afraid. He knows that his purpose isn't just to spread a message, it's to change everything, and that means taking on more than just the established powers of the time. But while the external forces are closing in, there's also internal turmoil among Jesus' disciples. They've seen the miracles, they've heard the teachings, and they believe in his mission. But with every step closer to the inevitable confrontation, doubt starts creeping in. The pressure of standing by him in the face of growing danger is becoming too much to bear. Some struggle with their faith, others question their place in the journey, and some are faced with their greatest test of loyalty. Will they stand by him when the world seems determined to tear them apart? These internal struggles make the stakes even higher, as every decision carries the weight of what's to come. The teaser for episode 1 reveals a key moment. Jesus takes on more than just the religious leaders. He challenges the very system they defend, the Jewish religious festivals themselves. This is a bold move, one that will shake the foundations of their beliefs and set the stage for even more severe opposition. The significance of this moment cannot be overstated. It's not just a political move, it's a theological statement. By challenging the festivals, Jesus isn't just questioning a tradition, he's pointing to a new way, a new covenant that goes far beyond the rituals and practices of the time. He's not just a man challenging authority, he's a figure who embodies something far greater, and that terrifies those who rely on the old ways. As the story progresses, the contrast between the Pharisees and Jesus becomes even more apparent. The Pharisees are entrenched in their interpretation of the law, bound by tradition and their own need for control. They cannot fathom a world where their influence is diminished. Meanwhile, Jesus is offering something radical, something freeing. But with that freedom comes a cost. The path he's walking is one filled with danger, conflict, and sacrifice. And it's a path his disciples are beginning to realize will not be easy. The intensity of the season grows as we move deeper into the first episode. The pressure on Jesus is mounting, and each conversation with his followers becomes more urgent, more filled with meaning. As his disciples prepare for what lies ahead, there's a sense of fear in the air. They know what is coming, and they're beginning to understand that this journey will demand everything from them. Their faith will be tested like never before, and the emotional weight of their decisions is impossible to ignore. With each passing day, they become more aware of the true cost of following Jesus. The growing tension isn't just external, it's internal as well. The fear among his followers is palpable. Some question whether they can continue on this path, knowing the dangers that lie ahead. Others fear they may not be strong enough to stand by him when the opposition becomes overwhelming. It's these quiet moments, these conversations in the shadows, that reveal the true depth of the emotional and spiritual struggles the disciples are facing. They know what is at stake, and the uncertainty of the road ahead creates a sense of urgency that cannot be ignored. The future is uncertain, and the weight of what is to come hangs heavy on their hearts. But even in the midst of this turmoil, there's a sense of something greater at play. The cinematography captures the tension and the urgency, but it also emphasizes the hope and the purpose that lies beneath the surface. There's a quiet strength in Jesus, a calm resolve that contrasts with the growing chaos around him. He knows what he must do, and he's willing to face whatever comes, no matter the cost. It's this unwavering commitment to his mission that sets the tone for the entire season. As the episode unfolds, the audience is given a glimpse of what's to come. The focus is not just on the grand moments, but on the personal struggles and sacrifices of those who follow him. This season isn't just about the external battles, it's about the internal wars that rage within each character. The disciples are torn between their love and loyalty for Jesus and the fear of what it will cost them. This internal conflict drives much of the emotional tension of the episode, making it not just a historical drama, but a deeply personal journey for each character involved. As the episode draws to a close, the stakes are raised even higher. The religious authorities and the Roman Empire are closing in on Jesus. His disciples are at a breaking point, and the pressure is about to reach its peak. It's clear that the journey ahead is not one they can walk lightly. Every step forward brings them closer to the ultimate confrontation, and every moment of hesitation may cost them everything. But there is also a deep sense of hope, a belief that even in the darkest moments, there is something greater at play, a purpose that transcends all fear and doubt. The first episode of The Chosen Season 5 sets the stage for an epic journey, one filled with tension, conflict, and moments of profound personal growth. The stakes have never been higher, and the journey ahead promises to challenge the very foundations of faith, loyalty, and purpose. As Jesus faces the growing opposition, his followers must decide if they are willing to stand by him even when the cost seems too great. This is only the beginning, and what comes next will change everything. As Season 5 of The Chosen kicks off, it's clear that we're in for a ride like never before. With growing tension, internal struggles, and a powerful challenge to the status quo, this season promises to take us deeper into Jesus' journey than ever before. As the stakes rise, we'll see faith tested, loyalty questioned, and lives changed. The road ahead is uncertain, but one thing is for sure. The Chosen Season 5 will leave you on the edge of your seat. Stay tuned for what's to come.